We can try.
Okay. Hello, everybody. We're recording. It is Sunday at 3:00, which is sometimes a really hard time. So thank you for joining. Thank you for making yourself a priority. This is going to be fun. Thanks for coming on. Okay, so we start our program tomorrow, and we like to do these kind of just like check-in calls so that everybody's on the same page. We're all in this together, and we make sure that you guys are totally set up for success. So starting tomorrow, we will be pressing play on workout number 1. Now, there is a whole calendar for the program. This program's a little different. A lot of programs, it's usually like, it clearly says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. This one's a little bit different. So you have to print off the calendar. Maybe I'll share it in the chat for you guys so you can see what workout is done each day. What's really cool is that Shanti has created like a pre-energize moment that you can watch while you're like getting ready for, maybe while you're putting your running shoes on, maybe while you're like doing some stretching, warm up or whatever. It's only like 2 or 3 minutes, but it's really like a great connection piece where he can like connect with you, get you geared up and ready for the workout. So that's a separate video you'll see when you log in and you have access. You'll see that like energize workout and then, or energize moment, they call it. People usually do it while they're having their energize, and then the workout. So after you do your workout every day, what you'll be doing is you'll be checking into our bod group. So by now, I think everybody's in the bod group. If not, you can get in there tomorrow after you purchase. And that's really an opportunity, a place where you can do all of your tracking. It's a cool app. Like the Beachbody On Demand app is amazing because it can help you track your progress, track your water, track your nutrition. Courtney's going to talk a little bit about that after. But it's really a great place for you to do your own individual tracking. We also will have our group there where you'll get to see everybody's check-in. So the app will ask you, like, do you want to share with the group? So always click yes. Like, yes, I want to share my login. I want to share my pic. Maybe you'll take a sweaty selfie and maybe you'll look like miserable. Maybe you'll look happy, whatever, and share a comment of what you thought from the day. And then that will go in like the group feed. It's similar to like Facebook where you can see everybody's kind of check-ins, right? But we do also have the chat pod. And the chat pod, I hope if you're not in it yet, please ask your coach and make sure you're in. The chat pod is really for us to engage ongoingly. Maybe nutrition is something that you want to really hone in on too. Maybe you'll share your food in there, or maybe you'll comment in there about like how today was tough. And it's an opportunity for you to really engage with each other and stay connected with other women who are going through the same journey as you. Okay, so we have that bod group, we have the chat pod, and we also have our sisterhood Facebook community that Courtney and I add some resources and tools and inspiration in there as well. So if you're not in there, make sure that you are in there. But ultimately, guys, this is your opportunity to go in this and do this for you. I know that some of you are doing this in search of like some more joy. Some of you are doing this to lose weight. Some of you are doing this really just to take time for yourself. Whatever your goal is, make sure that you commit to that you go all in on that, and that you engage in the groups, you engage in the chat pod, because the more you feel committed to this, the more you feel engaged in the group, the more you feel like, oh, look, Mackenzie did her workout today. That's awesome. Or, oh, look, Karen's totally like, she's rocking it. Like the more you feel connected to these other women, the more likely you're going to stick with it. Okay. So truly, this is your opportunity to lean in, to engage, to commit, to actually do the thing. Okay. So I know a lot of you know over the last 2 weeks, we've had a test group testing out this program. So we've had some other sisterhood members who've been doing this program for the last 2 weeks. And I want to share a little bit about what they found from the program, so that gives you a little bit of a leg up in what to expect. When you join in on the bod group, I asked them all to give you guys some advice. So at the very top of the group feed, you'll see some of the women in there who've been doing it for 2 weeks. You'll see their comments on like advice or recommendations for you. As a heads up, that bod group that they're doing is the same one we'll be using. So that group will be all those test group participants as well as you, but our chat pod is just us. So they have their own chat pod. You guys will have your own chat pod. So go in there and see the recommendations. But I will say after 2 weeks, in the beginning, it felt like they were like, oh my God, I feel so awkward. I'm like so dancing. I'm not like a lot of them not dancers. This is so uncomfortable. I feel strange. I feel weird. It does take a little bit of letting go of your inhibitions and being like, fuck it, nobody's watching, nobody cares, I'm doing this for myself, and just kind of letting loose and going for it. Shanti has a really amazing way of making you feel empowered and like positive and amazing in your own skin. You just have to listen to him. Like if anything, I would put earpods in so he's like right in your soul and you're like hearing him for the whole workout, and just let it go. There are going to be times where it moves fast. There are going to be times where you're like, oh man, my body does not move that way, or like my moves do not look the way that he moves, right? Who cares? This isn't a 30-day program to become a backup dancer, okay? This isn't a 30-day program to become like Shakira or Beyonce. Like this is you taking time for you, focusing on joy, focusing on like you and loving your body and just letting go. So if the dance moves get ahead of you, like just keep moving, keep doing the move that you do know. What's really cool is that the dances do get really repetitive over the course of the 30 days. Not the dances, I'd say the moves. So you do end up getting better. You will find yourself being able to follow along a little bit better. But the large majority of test participants all said this just made them happier. It made them feel better in their skin. And literally their smile transformed from day one all the way through to the end. So this is an amazing program to really help you love yourself more. And I'm so excited for you guys to all experience it. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Courtney. She's going to talk a little bit more about nutrition.
Yeah, just before I dive into that, I love dancing, and I really thought, because they have all these like shareable moments, right? And as a coach, like you share sort of snippets of your workout online. So I wasn't like, when this program first came out, I was kind of like, oh, but I wasn't worried about being able to do the moves. And even some of them, I found I was getting in my head about like, well, what's he doing with his foot? What's he doing there? So I love what Erin said. Like, you really have to make this your own and just like go with the flow. I did one yesterday and I was sweating more than I normally do in my workouts because I tend to avoid cardio. But this is like a really fun way to do cardio. So I'm really excited to dive into this and just sort of make it my own and see all you guys smile through it too. So nutrition. We just wrapped up a 3-week all-in nutrition group that has been so powerful, where all the women in the group decided that they were going to go 3 weeks, 100% nutrition, and just sort of see what their body was capable of and what they were capable of. Because a lot of times what I find, and I just want everyone to just keep an open mind through this and just to think about it after the call. But a lot of times what I find when people join initially, it's like they're looking for the workouts, they're looking for maybe some accountability. But as I check in and as Erin and I really develop relationships with them in the sisterhood, they don't see results if they're not following the nutrition. And it kind of feels like a little bit of a ripoff if you're waking up to work out and to, like pour into yourself and to get stronger and to like, you feel like you're doing the things, right? And you're eating healthy, but you're not seeing results. It feels like a ripoff. So I want you, before you start this program, yes, this program is going to make you feel emotionally, happy and raise your spirits and all those things, but it also really has the opportunity to get you results. So if you are looking to release weight or tone up or build muscle, I would strongly consider looking at one of the nutrition plans and following it. You don't have to be 1,000%. You need to make it work for your life, but having the knowledge surrounding these plans is really, really useful. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through sort of Beachbody on Demand. But Erin, why don't I do that at the very end for anybody that's watching the recording? Because I know we also have some existing customers on here that are comfortable with Beachbody on Demand. So I'll share my screen at the end. And sort of walk you through like some quick places to check in on things. But there are 2 nutrition plans that came with everybody's access to Let's Get Up. There's the container program, which is Portion Fix, and there's 2B Mindset. Both of them are a full nutrition course that is available to you. It's like a series of videos that you can watch that explain the program. And then you received the containers or the To Be Mindset tracker with your Let's Get Up pack or with your initial starting pack, if you've joined recently. And that is going to partner with one of the programs. There's some quick ways to get started with them without diving into the courses. So you just need to click around in the program materials and really get yourself familiar with it. But I would really encourage you to take some time today and just even figure out what you're going to eat this week. You know, if you're brand new and you just joined and you're receiving Shakeology in the mail, like look up a recipe, figure out how you're going to blend it. Because when I first started this, I was not a shake person and I just wanted to get that over with as quickly as possible. And I shook it with ice and it was gross and I chugged it down and that was it. And over time, once I started coaching, I was like, okay, I really need to like figure out how to enjoy this. I started blending it. I found like my perfect blend, which we'll share in the group and we'll talk about. But if you're going to get that bag anyway, like I dare you to drink it for the next 30 days and see how your body's going to feel with it, right? Don't just drink it like on Monday and Wednesday and then like Sunday you've had 2 or 3 across the week. Like give yourself this 30 days to drink the Shakeology, or if you got the performance line, do that, to look up one of the nutrition plans and try to implement some new things into your week. One thing Erin didn't mention is that we are going to send a weekly email, and in there is a meal plan. So every week there's a new meal plan. They're awesome. I would recommend choosing one recipe at least to make for your family. Sometimes when we see people start these new programs, like there is the keep it simple method, which I think is really effective, especially if you have really big goals. And that's going to help you, for like, especially week one, just staying on track and seeing results. But long term, I'm like 3 years, Erin and I are 3 years into these nutrition plans and really like making nutrition a priority in our lives. That can get pretty redundant. And you can start to fall victim to like that sort of restrict and binge cycle if you're eating the same thing and it feels really diety all the time, right? So some of the meal plans that we share are a great way to make this a lifestyle for you, and to incorporate into your family's days and make a plan for my family for the week for dinners. And then I go from there. I try to use some of those dinner leftovers. I make more intentionally, and I try to use some of those leftovers for lunch the next day and just sort of pour into my week like that. But yeah, I think that that's it on nutrition for now. I do want to share my screen at the end of the call. The next thing I wanted to chat about is accountability partners. Like these groups, guys, they work as well as you work in them, right? So if you do not participate in the chat pod, if you don't share your progress in BOD groups, so you don't allow people to see it, then you're not going to really feel the accountability of what this group has to offer. But if you get in that chat pod and you start like, liking other people's comments and encouraging and asking questions and sharing your meals, sharing what you're eating, because you know what, like you might think that's basic, but it's accountability for you because you're taking a picture of your meal and you're posting it, and it's an idea for her because she's on the other, and this is just her, right? Whoever she is, she's on the other side, maybe struggling today, doesn't know what to eat. And that might give her an idea, might motivate her to really like get in her fridge and stay on track and do something too. So if you're just trucking along doing your own thing, it's not helping you, it's not helping her, it's not helping the group. I really encourage you to share as much as you're willing to in that chat pod. Another way that we're going to help you do that, and another layer of accountability, is to assign you a partner. So if you've joined in here with somebody that you know, she's not going to be your partner. We're going to give you somebody that is a stranger. That's the beauty of the sisterhood. Add her to Facebook, tag her in the messenger pod or whatever. But just like keep an eye out. Like if she has joined the witness protection program and you haven't seen her in the chat bot or a bot group in like a couple days, give her an at where you at, girl. That's true accountability. And what we do here in the sisterhood is these groups. It is the power of the group. If we have like 20, 30 women joining us starting tomorrow, like I'm not going to at every single person and track you down. Really, we offer this beautiful space of group accountability. So lean into that as well. And yeah, Erin's going to talk a little bit logistics, and then I'll share my screen and show you guys some of the nutrition stuff.
Yeah. So I guess I should have started off by saying, if you have questions, honestly, please ask them. Like, please, the chat is there. Put some questions in the chat. If there's something you're unsure of, even if it's something specific with a nutrition program, or if it's something like logistical, or if you're like really scared and you're anything, like throw it in the chat so we can make sure to address it so that this is useful and like effective for you. But ultimately, I hope by now that you've all looked over the prep material, because we don't get our packages, like it doesn't launch until tomorrow. Obviously, nobody's been able to purchase the program until tomorrow. So logistically, the program comes out tomorrow. Sometimes we get lucky and it comes out late tonight. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. If it does, then we'll be putting all the carts together and send them to you as soon as possible. But if not, first thing in the morning, you should expect an email where you can purchase it right away so you can start your workout right away. But in advance of tomorrow, in advance of getting all of that, use today to get prepared. And like Courtney said, no one's going to check in and make sure, like, and say, did you take your pictures? Did you do this? Did you do, like, this is you. We're all adults here. This is your journey. This is for you. I will say, take the pictures though. Like, nobody wants to. Everybody feels uncomfortable. Everybody thinks that they're terrible. Nobody ever wants anybody to see them, and that's fine. We're not asking you to post them anywhere. We're not asking you to show anybody, but we're asking you to take them for you, because 30 days from now, I guarantee you, you're going to want to look back and see how far you've come. And there's nothing, look at all the women who've done it before, like, oh, hell yeah. There's nothing more amazing than doing a side-by-side of you from your first day and your 30-day later, especially if you worked your ass off and you stuck to it and you did it all. It is so empowering and powerful, and like ever motivating to see how far you can come. So take those pictures, hide them in some like folder deep in your hard drive, whatever, but take them for you. In that prep material that I emailed out, there's some tips on how to take pictures. Make sure that it's good lighting. Don't be like stuck in the dark. Put a bra on, like, take them for you and hide them. And then 30 days from now, it's going to be really fun to look back. Also, I really want to encourage you to schedule out when you're going to do your workouts. Like, find a time, find a place where you're going to do this. So for me, I commit to waking up every morning and doing it first thing in the morning. That works for me. If that doesn't work for you, that's okay. Find a time throughout the day. Maybe that's after your kids go to bed at night. Maybe that's during nap time. Maybe that's on your lunch hour, whatever it is, like, schedule it in like a meeting on your calendar, commit to that time. And so that there's no excuses. You've already carved out the time in your day of when you're going to do this workout. I also really recommend setting up some sort of space in your house to do it, whether that's in your basement or in your living room, wherever it's going to be. Like, space has energy, and if you commit to like having a specific place where you're going to work out every day, it builds this amazing motivational force of energy. Like, this is my space, this is where I go, this is where I do the thing. Just set it up for yourself, even if it's just a mirror and a mat. Like, you don't really need anything for this workout. Just make sure you have a nice space. I always say work out in front of a mirror, especially when you're doing these at-home workouts, really just so that you can watch your own form, and make sure that you're not like doing something that's going to hurt yourself. Like Courtney said, make sure you pick a nutrition program. When I first started these with Courtney was all in on the nutrition program, and I was like, I don't need that. Like, I eat healthy. But I was like totally blown away at how much I didn't know and how much I learned when I finally got over myself and was like, hey, I'm actually just going to like listen to these videos and see what it's about. It changed the way I eat forever. And it's not to say that I'm on a diet forever. I just now know what fuels my body well, how to fuel my body, how much food my body needs every day, and how to think about food in a way that's like joyous and not limiting. So truly, whether you struggle with emotional eating or whether you think that you're a healthy eater, wherever you're at with food, just give yourself a chance and like explore these programs. Commit to one for the next 30 days. Lastly, I really just want to say, commit to yourself. Like, this is a cool opportunity for you to go all in on yourself and do something great for you. I know a lot of you have written down what your goals are for this, or at least thought of what your goals are, but like, truly write them down. And maybe that is, I will work out every single day for the next 30 days, or I will commit to myself for 30 days, or I will whatever. Like, write it out, stick it somewhere. There's something so powerful with like committing to something and following through on it. So yeah, is there no questions, I guess, eh? Truly, we are so excited to do this program with you. This program more than any, it's just going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you take your pictures. Make sure you take a picture after each workout, connect into the group. And tonight we will be assigning how to get accountability partners. So we'll put that into the chat. And yeah, Court, do you want to share your screen now?
Yeah, I think you might need to give me permission. Cool. Okay. So here is Beachbody on demand, and it's going to bring you right to the programs tab. We're obviously doing Let's Get Up.
Mommy, can I sit here when I'll be safe?
No, go ask your dad. Okay, so here is the dance workouts, the resistance workouts. There's a nutrition tab that is really just a really general nutrition overlook. And then there's program materials. So if you obviously you guys are a lot of you are just going to be ordering tonight or tomorrow, right? So you could actually go under program materials and grab the workout calendar there. That's going to show you, if you're following this traditionally, that's going to show you which workouts are which days. But also, something that wasn't mentioned, this has you working out 6 days a week. If that's a lot for you and you just want to do 5 days or 4 days, then just check them off one at a time. Don't feel like you're behind. Do this for you. Absolutely. And then there's the Spotify playlist for anybody that wants to check that out after the fact. His tunes are really catchy. Okay, so that is just the program that we're doing. I am going to show you under here, under the nutrition tab. Internet, don't fail me now. Pull down, here are the different nutrition programs I want to mention here. See this, it says the Mindset membership included with Nutrition Plus, and then the monthly fix. These are they're extra memberships that give you updates and extra recipes monthly. Sometimes it can auto enroll you for this when you purchase. So when you're going through to purchase, this is actually a tab that you can uncheck. I don't find a lot of people, I hate to say this, but I want to keep it real. I don't find a lot of people use this, and I would hate for you guys to be charged monthly for something that you're unaware of. So be careful in the checkout process, and you can uncheck the membership, the monthly membership, or it's free for the first 30 days, and you can see if you like it, if there's value there, because I know some people do, but there's that there for you to know. If you scroll down, these are the 2 nutrition programs that are included with your package. Guys, these, when they were launched, were almost $200 to purchase separately. The fact that they're including them now with everybody's purchase is unreal, especially with the Let's Get Up pricing. To Be Mindset is really focused on emotional eating. There's a lot more freedom in the meal plans. She counts a lot of things like sauces as accessories. So it's the focus is on eating mostly veggies, and then, a lot of the things are added in. Whereas Portion Fix, there's a specific food list, and you measure out your food items and stuff like that. I'm Portion Fixed to the end. I really have found so much food freedom in it and confidence in eating. I think most of you, if you've not followed a program, probably will find you've been under eating for a really long time. So if you click into this program, the way it works is you'll just go to the lessons, and there's all these modules to watch. So it's a real course. There's a ton of videos. They're short, so you can just knock them out, when you have time, when you're doing dishes or laundry or whatever, you can listen to these videos. But it really helps you get committed and emotionally committed about doing one of these nutrition programs. And then there's some program materials alongside that nutrition course as well. To Be Mindset is laid out the exact same way, where there is the videos and then the program materials. If you are okay, I want to do this, I'm going to do, let's say you decide you want to do Portion Fix, but you want to get started really quickly. My favorite way to just get started really quick, and this is how all of us started before they turned these into full comprehensive programs, would just be to grab the really quick start guide under 21 Day Fix. So if you like, when you enrolled here, guys, you get access to all the programs. So if you go over to 21 Day Fix real time, this is like the quick and dirty nutrition guide that will get you started. So go to program materials and start here guide. So you're not going to be doing the workout calendar or following this workout, but you can use this for the nutrition, and it's a really, really great place. Sorry, where am I at here? Okay, so if you go to the start here guide, it's going to have you calculate. I'm just going to scroll through. You guys can read all this. There's your measurements. It's going to have you calculate here what your calorie target is. And then based on your calorie target, you guys all received these containers, or are going to with your purchase. It's going to tell you how many containers you can eat. So, okay, I can have 2 purples, which is a fruit if I'm in plan A, and so forth. And then we have a ton of tools in our welcome info that can help you sort of start planning from there. So that's a really good like start here guide. And then over here under BOD groups, this is where you're going to find our group. So a lot of you guys are going to be using the app, but you can also log in through the desktop version. And this is our Let's Get Up group. So make sure you go in, you do your settings, you do your picture, you check it out. Here is the tips that Erin was talking about. Are these them, Erin? Yeah, those are the tips. So, oh, it's I don't see them. Take yourself off mute. Oh, scroll down.
You keep going past it. It's the comments on that top post.
Oh, it's the comments section. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So go in there. You can read the tips. And yeah, so your program is found here. Your nutrition tab is here. The BOD group is here. The blog is incredible, guys. Like you could go and just type in chicken and it's going to give you a bunch of different recipes for chicken, or like vanilla Shakeology. And it's going to give you a ton of recipes using your vanilla Shakeology. So use the tools, use this resource. It's amazing. Click around, figure it out. Be resourceful and share what you find. Like if you find an amazing recipe, share it in the group. I think that's pretty much it. With 2 minutes to spare, we wanted to keep it under 30 minutes. We are going to be doing a group workout next week, and we might do some client call check-ins. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, we're just excited to do this all together. So check in for your accountability partner tonight. If you're a customer and you haven't purchased yet, we'll be sending those out tonight. And ask any questions in the pod. We're super excited to do this with you guys. That's it. Have a great day. Bye, guys.